Hello out there, everybody. We are on the air. And happy February, folks. Live from the banks of Lower Squirrel Pond inside the Matthews Center, it's a prep hockey matchup between the visiting St. Sebastian's Arrows and the host, St. Paul's School Pelicans. There's not much to dislike about this St. Sebastian's team in talents terms. With 8 Division I commits and a 2018 NHL draft pick on the roster, the Arrows were a favorite from the outset and currently have the results to show why. Since an opening day loss to Rivers, Sebs has only been defeated 3 times and are 13-2-0 in their last 15. The Arrows' overall record of 15-4 puts them on pace for the most successful season in the last decade. However, their opponent tonight in Concord is hot as well. St. Paul's is 7-3 in their last 10. So glad to have you along, folks. My name is Ryan Murphy, coming to you live here from Concord on a Friday afternoon. The buses have packed up and shipped out for midwinter recess, but still a good standing and a good crowd on hand, I should say, here for this one. St. Paul's will be coming from left to right. They're wearing their fire engine red uniforms with the white trim when we get going. You can see St. Sebastian still in their huddle down to our right. They'll be coming from right to left then, obviously, in their away whites with a black and red trim. A classic jersey for Seb. Starting in goal tonight between the pipes for St. Paul's, it's Andy Barron, the native of St. Paul, Minnesota. Down the other end for St. Sebastian's, it looks like it'll be Luke Garrity, the Hingham Mass native, with a 2.77 goals against average and an .893 save percentage on the season. St. Paul's all ready to go at center ice. The starting line up for them is Schubert in the middle. He's at center. Busty on the right wing and Menez on the left. On behind is Harrison Sweet and Teddy McElhinney. St. Sebastian's ready to go at center for them is Liam Gorman. He's a captain on the squad, a senior out of Arlington, Mass, and a Northeastern commit. On his wings are Jack Hughes, a freshman, another Northeastern commit there, and Liam Connors. Puck automatically drop back to Jaden Struble, and here we go, folks. Underway from Concord, and St. Sebastian's works it out to center here. Gorman all the way through across the blue line. He'll drop it off, gets it back for a shot. Popped up and over the net, and play blown dead here. That was Connors going to the goal. I didn't exactly catch the whistle. Face-off will come out to center, though. So Jaden Struble back on D. Gives us a bit of an opportunity to talk about him. He's a Cumberland, Rhode Island native, ranked number 43 on the NHL Central Scouting List, projected to be a 3rd or 4th round draft pick, so he'll be under the spotlight here tonight as the St. Paul's fans get their first look at somebody that will, for certain, be on the board in June. McElhinney will tap this puck. It's a turnover inside the nice move by Hughes. He's going to the goal. He was on his backhand as he cut over there towards that right side, and he chipped it up and high. St. Paul's will work the other way. St. Sebastian's in a flurry, I should say, to start this hockey game. Schubert chipped it deep, and Menez going to get to the icing by getting up there. Struble had a tap on the puck, and he'll give it to Gorman now. Gorman right off back for Jaden Struble up the right side. A little bit of miscommunication there as Connors received the pass. He was in a tangle with Gorman, who was trying to go off on a change. Now it's Bryson Russell across the red line. He turned it over. Coming the other way is Joyce. He couldn't get a handle on the puck. He'll go to the corner now with it. Russell upends him into the Zamboni gate over there on the far side. It's a 2-on-2 in the corner. Russell kicks it away their side, and here will be J.T. Halliday. Halliday missed Simpson at center. No tip there, and this should go down for icing. It will. Touching up down there is James Davenport, and play will come the other way with 16:35 on the clock. Let's go, Big Red! The speed eminent here for St. Seb's. They have started right out of the gate in this one, skating hard. One shot on goal thus far in the 90 seconds we've played. Hard around the boards, no icing here on this one. Taking a digger at center was Davenport. He might have ran into the referee, actually. Simpson working on this puck down low. He'll chip it for Halliday. Halliday works up the wall, lost it though as he fell. And moving away with it is Lyons. He'll move it over to the far side, and here comes Sebastian. It was blocked there by Russell, who went down to an E. Over there on the far side was Connor Joyce. St. Sebastian's, I should say, not just Sebastian's. There's Devlin across, stepping into a shot is Struble, and it got deflected. I think Halliday got a piece of that one. It goes up and off the glass. Puck in behind the goal now. Russell had his man pinned over there. That was Joyce. Statheim will pick it up here. Joyce all over him. No time and space for St. Paul's in their own end. But ended from behind and roughed up is Dumas. Taking a shot at Statheim was Milbury. Halliday will put it off the glass in the other way here. It's Will Elias. Elias, a freshman from Weston, Mass. He's a defenseman with 8 points on the year so far. Here's Ty Green working it up and ahead. He stripped his man. He gets it over the red line, but no further. Right back where it came from and on the stick of Jake Sullivan now. He'll go across for Riley Drew on the far side. He left it behind him. Drew will now just put it up in front of the St. Paul's bench. It's a 2-on-2 scrum there. Play going along the wall now, and digging it free is Gorman coming through. His puck goes to the corner, and Sullivan will take it there. Up for Sacklad on the near wall, right? Or I thought he was going to go back for Sullivan. Instead, it's just worked up and off the glass and out to center where Struble will play it. Struble, a backhand connecting pass. He was tapped by Lavoie at center ice. Here's Sullivan again off the boards, and John Sacklad will put it off the skates of Struble. He was attempting to get it deep there, just couldn't get it into the zone. Still loose at the top of the left circle. Sacklad taps it towards the middle and onto the stick of Dumas. There's Jake Lavoie now. He'll drop it off. Struble and then on across. Struble paired with Ryan McDermott. He's a junior from Norwell. Stay-at-home defenseman for St. Sebastian's. As Struble is known to rush the puck, so he needs an anchor behind there. Here's Mena stepping clear to the line. He'll put it across there. It'll go off the boards for Joe Schubert right on back. This is Teddy McElhenney holding and waiting. Puts one through traffic, and the first save of the game there. Well, the first save of the game, I should say, was made by Luke Garrity. Here's Sweet now across. That's Bussey waiting with a shot, and it was stopped by Garrity again. Malcolm Bussey was all alone there at the far hash mark. Breaking out the other way will come Collins. He'll skate in another zone. Cam Collins towards the middle of the ice. His intended target was Dumas. He got taken down. St. Paul's going the other way now. Look at this. Menace in a 2-on-1. Julian Menace with a shot. It was stopped by Luke Garrity. Oh, boy. Take a breath here, folks. The pace of play really picking up. In this one, two very fast hockey teams. Dumas got knocked down in the middle. That freed the puck up after the pass came from Collins in behind him. I'm not sure. St. Sebastian's defender blew a gasket out at center, too. That really what created the 2-on-1. He has a shot through traffic by Dumas. And that was steered aside of the boards by Garrity. Another one coming here from Eric Simpson along the wall. Blockered out by Garrity, who's had to make a flurry of saves. He's going to have to make another on Simpson at the far face-off circle. He one time the puck, and it was stopped. Going the other way here is Liam Connors up the right side. He's got Hughes with him. Connors with a shot. And Barron got a piece of it with his blocker. Dumas will play it up to the line. It got away from Jack Hughes, who was covering the point and out. No icing on the play. As a result, he did get a piece of it. Probably could have held it in anyways, and I think that would negate the icing. Statheim watching Davenport in below the St. Sebastian's goal. A stretch pass from Davenport to Hughes. He bobbled it over here on the near side in front of us. They'll try once more. Here's Messineo into the middle. Davenport and then Hughes. He got around Dumas. Offside. The call, though, as just a bit early it was Liam Gorman, I believe, on the far side. I think coming off the bench, though, was Liam Connors as well. Well, not off the bench. He would have been on the ice. As Hughes stepped around Dumas, he would have been in. And all that left lane free. Chance negated. St. Sebastian's helping out St. Paul's there in that way. Saints versus Saints tonight, by the way. Players to watch for tonight's game. I mentioned both of them. Jaden Struble, he's the team leader in points as a defenseman. 8 goals, 18 assists, and 26 totals. 18, 26. Those are his totals. 8 goals, 18 assists. And I already mentioned he will be a 3rd or 4th rounder come June. But other one will be Tommy Lyons. He's committed to Harvard, a team captain with 91 points over his 4-year career. He's got 22 this year, making him a point-per-game player. This is the 20th game on the season for St. Sebastian's. Sullivan on his backhand pass. Here's Cooper Flinton. A moment's hesitation before chipping it up and off the boards past the likes of Jack Hughes. St. Sebastian's in their own end. Here's Elias. He's chased by Sacklad up to the blue line and then across the red. Elias into the offensive zone. A centering pass. Left behind for a movement back in front, I should say. That was Devlin receiving it. I believe Lyons was headed down the middle and dropped it for him. There's Mike Stoddard now up the right side, and John Sacklad will come away. He's only got one guy in front of him. It's Elias. Sacklad will just take the shot. And Elias got a piece of it. He goes up and out of play. That was a good-looking play there. I believe it was Lions heading down the middle. Distracting the St. Paul's defenseman, and then the late trailer in the three-man rush was Devlin. He tried to thread one back in front for Lions across the top of the crease, too. Close call, but no dice for St. Sebastian's. 11:50 to play in the period. It's still 0-0, a scoreless game. St. Paul's was held scoreless last year as well. A 3-0 victory for St. Sebastian's at home in Needham. Puck kicks off the back skate of Mike Stoddard. Burchett got all tied up. Ty Green trying to push it forward for St. Paul's. Turned around by Lions. The penalty upcoming here on the play. I didn't catch it. Devlin moves it now. Here's Lions with a shot. And I don't think Barron got a piece of it. He just aired it up and high. We'll see what this penalty call is all about. The official in behind the play is calling Fitz Burchett for a hook. So the freshman on for St. Paul's in his first shift of the game will go off. Hooking the call, it must have been somewhere in front of the scorer's table there. I didn't catch it. Nonetheless, St. Sebastian's will head to their first power play of the game. I thought that puck was going out of play here. Popped up interestingly right in front of Barron for a shot on goal by Lions. Little jousting after the whistle there, and Dumas is still talking with Liam Gorman to the far post. Barron forced to make his first save. The power play unit up front for St. Sebastian's is Connors, Gorman in the middle, and then Lions over there on the right wing. Struble and Davenport at the point, and here is Davenport. Over for Struble, and then Lions at the right half wall, holding onto the shot up top. Jaden Struble with a drive. Rebounds down for Davenport, who snuck in. He's along the goal line playing the puck. Tried to play it in behind the goal. I think he just lost a stick on it. That was Russell bringing it up the wall, but not out. Struble now, D-to-D for Davenport, right on back. Top of the key, Davenport off for Lions, right circle, and then Struble again. Lions now shooting, stopped by Barron, the rebound floats in front, they crash the cage. Davenport sneaks in, he was going to loop around the bottom of the circle and come up top, but the net is off its moorings as St. Sebastian's drove hard to the goal. Andy Barron looking, he looks a bit upset with the fact the net is knocked off its moorings there. Shrugging just a bit. I don't know if he thought the St. Sebastian's player knocked it off. Maybe so. Menez versus Gorman to the dot, and Gorman won it. Here's Struble. He switches spots with Davenport and gives it to him. Davenport waiting. Oh, just lost control of the puck, and Menez will hop on it. He didn't really get the shot he wanted either, but it will do the trick, and down the ice it goes. 1 minute left to go in the St. Sebastian's power play. They will not make changes. St. Paul's will change up their PK units. All four are off. Rushing the puck up is Struble. 3 men to the middle. Struble will go around the net here. Near side, he'll drop it off on the board for Connors, who works up to the half wall. Davenport now. Lions at a sharp angle. Couldn't really get a shot on there. Here's Struble now. Struble across ice. Lions hold in waits up top for Davenport. Good fake there by Lions. Davenport mishandled the puck at the line. St. Sebastian's keep things rolling. Here's Struble stepping to the inside and shoots. And Barron made a good save with a blocker, fending it out. Lions now will drop it off right onto the stick of Teddy McElhenney. And he will ice it. Oh, and then Struble boards a St. Paul's player after the play into the bench. And he will go off immediately for that one. I don't know if someone said something. A reckless play by the star defender for St. Sebastian's, and he will take a seat. Unfortunately, I don't think I got that on film for you. It was off to our left, and as the puck was kind of sliding down, there was a bit of pushing and shoving near the St. Paul's bench, and then Struble decided he was going to push. I think that might have been Simpson into the bench, and Simpson promptly turned around and took a seat. It's either an unsportsmanlike or an interference. 2 threes in the box. Burchett wearing 3 for St. Paul's, and Struble wearing 3 for Sebs. 19 seconds of 4-on-4 time before a slightly abbreviated power play for St. Paul's. which will be getting 10 seconds now. Here's a stretch pass up the right side. Offside, though, is Devlin. Russell knocked that puck down right in front of the St. Paul's bench there and kind of slowed its progress. And Devlin never held up, so faceoff will come down the other way. He had enough momentum. It was like, I'm getting it or I'm going to be offside, and he was offside. 7 seconds to go with the 4-on-4, and it's Green, Sacklad, Russell, and Dumas out there right now. St. Sam's wins the draw, and it's McDermott who pounds it on around. Devlin gets it up the board, picking it up here at center is Joyce, or just inside center, I should say. Power play now for St. Paul's, and Sam's will resume their penalty-killing formation. A turnover in the middle, though. Here's Sacklad loading and firing, and he had a bouncing puck, twisted it high and wide, and St. Sebastian's will throw it the other way. He was in a great area there, Sacklad was at the left circle. He saw that the puck was on edge for him and decided, hey, why not try to put a knuckler on goal? It certainly was a knuckler, but because it was a shot on edge, he could not get it to the net. 1 minute left to go in the SPS power play. Here's Sacklad turning in deep. He's hauled to the floor. No penalty there. Dumas will keep the puck in at the line. He fires a shot along the ice. The rebound was there. Kick free for Green. And that puck bounced up in behind the goal, and I thought I saw the puck in the net there. The little eye tricks. Sacklad then got just hit hard. We'll put it that way. I was trying to find the correct adjective for it. He got slammed to the ice, really, in behind the, slammed to the ice legally in behind the Seb's net. Here's Menace, a stretcher knocked down at center. It was intended for Simpson, who was moving up the right side. Wristed the other way here. A good kill so far for St. Sebastian's. Davenport out there. He's been out there for a while. He was on the ice for the power play and is on the ice for the second half of this penalty kill. It's 12 seconds from over. There's Meadows up the left side. Good stick over there. That was Gorman. Or sorry, no, it wasn't. It was J.P. Milbury getting in the way of that one. Power play over for St. Paul's. 0 for 1, as is St. Sebastian's. And here comes Owen Stadheim. We're back to 5-on-5. Nobody scores. And it's 0-0 with 7 minutes to play between St. Paul's and St. Sebastian's. Nicked free, and here will come Milbury. Lost the puck as he hit the red line. He'll put it in now. Dumas watching it bounce up in the air. He's got delay all over him. Dumas takes a slash from delay. We'll move it across for Teddy McElhaney on the far side. McElhaney on, bounce off a stanchion, but a fortuitous one for Halliday will pick it up. He couldn't get the bouncing puck to Owen Stadheim, who tried to settle with his glove. 7 minutes to play in the period. Here's Struble on the ice now. He's going to take things for a skate. What can Struble go around Simpson on the half wall? He took a shot, and Barron was forced to make a save. It'll come up for McDermott now. McDermott right claw on the wall. That's Gorman, who had a piece of it in behind. Then over there, it's Delay. Delay looking around. He got around Russell with a bit of space now. Coming near side. Up this way for McDermott. He'll take the shot. Deflected in the middle. And into the corner. Brendan Gorman. I should make mention there is 2 Gormans if you're not confused. Hold on a moment. Here's a chance for St. Sebastian at the bottom of the right circle. That was Brendan Gorman. He took a shot. It was stopped by Barron. Look at this zone time now for Sebs. Delay. He'll put it up and off the glass. Yes, 2 Gormans out there. Liam and Brendan, 15 and 16. Liam, a senior captain. Brendan, a freshman. So yeah, so you don't get confused. I'm going to try to mention the first names. Puck touched by a high stick here, and everyone's hollering about it. We'll get the whistle. Yes, I'll try not to confuse you. Liam was out there for the power boy time. Brendan was out there right now. I love it when the brothers their numbers are right in sequence, so it's Liam on the roster and then Brendan on the roster. What's not to love about that? Brotherhood. I might be making something out of nothing here. Barron taking no chances. Don't blame him. You also take a breather. I don't know if he's going to get some water. Takes that mask off, as you can see. 6:05 to go in a fast-paced first period. Really fast-paced. One of those periods, sometimes the game's just fast enough you'll lose your breath just watching it. So far, this has been one of those kind of periods. Barron taking his time here, and he should. Looks like he's all set now, and so is everybody else on the ice. Off the face-off. It's a tie-up, and the puck goes to the wall. 2-on-2 in low. The players down there for St. Paul's, Sullivan and Schubert. I can't see the St. Sebastian players. They were in behind. One of them, I think, was Dumas. Puck worked up the wall here. Cycled back in low by McGuire. Is intercepted by Schubert. Turned back for Sullivan now. Here's Jake Sullivan for Riley Drew, and then right back for Sullivan again. Two Concord boys on the defense pairing, Sullivan and Drew. Turnover by Riley Drew on the wall. It's Dumas. He couldn't really do anything. It peels back now. Dumas towards the middle of the ice. It was intended for Collins at the right circle. Collins does end up with the puck, and he'll push it back in deep. Pinching in from the line there. You can see him hustling. That's Messineo. He'll go into the corner for it, and covering for him is Dumas at the point. Messineo in behind the net. He's worked over by Joe Schubert. Messineo coming free to the wall. Turns back and lifts it down low. This is Collins. He takes a bump from Sullivan. Drew gives a bump. It'll come up the board, regaining his spot. There is Davenport. He actually came across, rather. Davenport was at the right point to start the shift, and Messineo took the right. Puck came over to the left, and Davenport played it. Here's Teddy McElhinney in behind his own net. He's smoked out there by Jack Hughes. He really wasn't smoked out. I guess that's when the player's not moving, and then he's forced to move. He was being trailed by Jack Hughes, put it that way. Nice move at center there by Gorman. They'll come in now. Struble. He'll shoot it on in deep. Here's Teddy McElhinney from Harrison Sweets. Flinton's trying to get the puck out around Hughes over on the far wall. Flinton still battling, and he will. Sacklad in behind the defense there. That was Elias. John Sacklad trying to drive around Struble. It'll go in. Sacklad back to the line here. Sweet with a drive. It got up and over the glass, or got up to the glass, I should say. A lot of traffic in front there. There's Sacklad, 3:59 on the clock, and still a 0-0 score. St. Sebastian's and St. Paul's here in Concord. A good drop pass. Here comes Hughes by himself. Hughes! Stopped by Barron! Oh, what a beautiful move by Jack Hughes! Whew. I think that had to be McElhinney or Sweet on the back end. He deked him right out. Couldn't catch which one it was. McElhinney's playing right D. And it was someone on the right side of the ice. I was so busy watching his hands. That was something else. Out off the bench here is Connor Joyce. Here comes Sebs. It's Devlin off for Joyce, and he had it go under his stick. They're just missing connecting on those passes, St. Sebastian is. They're close. There's a tip in front, and Barron had to make an indirect save. He was just in a good position for it. Didn't even see it. They're coming close, aren't they? Here's Joyce in behind the goal. Devlin pushes Dumas up the wall. That's JT Halliday trying to clear it around Tommy Lyons, and it does get out. Here's Simpson at center on a one-on-one. Eric Simpson holding. He fanned on the shot. Peels up on the boards. Right back in deep for Halliday. He catches up for it. That's JT Halliday getting free to the line. Bryson Russell with a flipping shot. It'll come out the other way. Picking it up is Liam Devlin. He will send it off a body, I guess. It stays in the zone. He was looking to just shoot it right out. Simpson on the goal line is Stadheim. He had to wait. That pass got deflected and never really made it to him. Had it been not deflected, I suppose, it would have had some space along that goal line. 2:20 to go, and St. Paul's with some offensive zone time here right now. It's Simpson who puts one towards the net. Dumas hustling in from the blue line. He takes a shot, and I think it went off the outside of the net. Garrity might have got a piece of it with his left pad. Sent the length of the ice by St. Sebastian's, and icing called. Good shift by that top line from St. Paul's. Simpson, Stadheim, and Halliday. They keep Sebs pent up on their own end just a bit. Face off to the right. And it's won by St. Paul's. That shot hiccuped, or Levine couldn't really pull the trigger on it. Arrow right in front of him. St. Sebastian's will get their change they were in desperate need of, as Devlin is on the right side of the red line by a couple inches. Our left, of course, but the proper side of the red line to not be called for icing. Let's put it that way. At center is big JP Milbury. Now, St. Sebastian's did not have the heights and weights on their roster. Watching 26 come out for warm-ups, JP Milbury. He's a big kid, and I would like to know his height. That is one big guy. He's working on the wall here. Takes a bump from Sullivan as it's played on around by the Arrows. Gorman cycling it. That's delay. St. Sebastian's works well on the outside of the ice. Their job is to get it to the middle. They will here. It's Milbury with a backhander. It went off the outside of the goal. They'll cycle it around out there until they get the play they want. It is the play they want. Davenport stop. Puck is loose in the crease. Going down here with a backhand. It's still loose. Barron is down. They stab away. Oh my goodness. It comes through for Struble now. His shot was stopped by Barron. Rebound now. And it's stopped by Andy Barron. And that will get a round of applause. Somehow, some way, the puck stays out. Milbury was laid out by somebody in front. He probably had the best chance and didn't even get a shot on goal. There was so much going on in that scrum, I don't even know what to say. Barron was lying on his stomach. And somehow, just the puck stays out. Just ridiculous. Best scoring opportunity of the game by far, but still at 0-0 with under a minute to play in this one. Wow. And Sebastian's can't convert. I told you they're missing by inches, and it is a game of inches. Close call, but no dice. Puck in front in the blue paint again. And it's cleared out of there by St. Paul's. Sackloud up and off the glass. 27 seconds left to go. Flinton chasing it towards the goal. Turned away from him at the last second by Massenet, or he would have been in trouble. Uh-oh! Puck in front here. It goes into the skates of Green. A backhander loose now for Flinton, who shoots. Stopped by Garrity. Puck is loose again. Flinton on his backhand. Turns it back for DeMont. 10 seconds to go. Load and fire. And the puck never made it to the goal. Boy, scrambling at both ends. Here's Dumas again with a shot along the ice. Puck is loose at the side of the goal. Wow. What a way to go to the break. Whistle blows, horn sounds, all zeros on the clock, and a great first period of action between St. Paul's and St. Sebastian. Scoreless at the end of one, and the second is coming up next.